So we've got another Nissan Leaf in today for a diff oil change. You need to get them up in the air to do this. Obviously I use my two-post lift because it gives me good access and I can do all the rest of the checks on the brakes and suspension and so on while I'm here. What you need is a trim clip removing tool and a 10mm spanner, a hex tool for the fill plug and the drain plug, some ATF6, and I use a massive great big syringe for injecting it in because it makes the access really easy, and of course a bucket to collect the old oil in. So we'll start with the plastic clips and the 10mm headed bolts underneath the under tray. We'll get the under tray off and then we'll go from there. Some of these plastic clips invariably fail while they're being removed, so I keep replacements on the shelf. These are fairly universal, so they cover lots of cars. Remember the manufacturer, but I can't. One of these broke, so I'll get one out and then we'll be sorted. Okay, a couple of the others are a little bit tired as well, so I'm going to get some more out. My fading memory has just returned and they're manufactured by Romix. Come in boxes of 10, but they're pennies each, which is massively better value than the Nissan ones, and they fit lots of cars, so obviously I keep them on stock so that I can always put everything back properly. So there's 6 plastic clips, 6 bolts to withdraw. Once they're done, the under tray just pulls down, usually covered in stones. And now we've got access to the drain plug and filler plug. Here's the drain plug, here's the filler plug. They're both the same, so they both have magnets on the inside. They both have sealing rings around the back. I always like to undo the filler plug first to make sure I'm going to be able to refill the gearbox afterwards before draining the old oil out. My hex tool is a 10mm, just on a extension bar. This makes it really easy. So we'll start with the top one and then we'll do the lower one, make sure we can get the old oil out. Once they're cracked off with the hex tool, they can easily be undone by hand. I'm expecting to see, oh, there's plenty of oil in there, that's good, makes a nice change. It's not too bad. This car has a good service history in the past elsewhere, so I'm hoping that the oil's going to be pretty clean too, but we'll put this to one side, clean it back up before it goes back in the car again. We'll just have the lower one out. While I've got you, it's all draining nicely into the bucket there, so doing this by hand. It's actually quite nice. I know the previous owner of this car and he was good at getting it well serviced, so this is about how I'd expect after 3 years. So all good. Going to drain it all down. Once it's drained, I'll fill it back up with the new oil on the syringe in through the filler hole. I'll clean off both plugs. I'll put new seals on both plugs as well, and then it's done. It takes 1.5 litres and it's ATF6, nice and easy. So that's all done. The 2 plugs are replaced and tightened. I like to give a quick spray of degreaser afterwards just to remove any drips that might have escaped. Keeps the car looking spick and span. There we go, job done for another couple of years. I often find when I come to these and someone else has been there that the engine under tray has been refitted incorrectly. It's supposed to go above these plastic trims. I also like to put a wipe of copper slip onto the bolts before they go back. This one was already very rusty. It's the one at the back here, it's the worst of them all. But I put a little wipe of copper slip over them all so that the next time in 2, maybe 3 years when I come to do this, all will be equally easy.